Hello, my friend and friend. If you've ever had a progress bar that has a gradient in it, which is super common these days, it probably looks like this one here, which at this point looks fine. But let's look at this one really quickly one more time. At the small sizes, the gradient gets squished down and it basically stretches the gradient out as it goes, which looks kind of funky in my opinion. I really don't like that. And there's a way that we can improve on this actually quite easily. We're going to see the better version right down here right now. So you're going to see it's going to start in the blue. And then the gradient, it's like the gradient is part of it that's getting filled up as it's going, which I think is what most people are actually after. And I was working on my course platform for my relaunch of CSS Demystified, which is out now. You should go and check that out. And if it's not, I'm behind schedule, but you can sign up for the waiting list. But it should be out by the time this video comes out. So in the course platform that I created from scratch for the relaunch of the course, I had progress bars with gradients, and I wanted it to do this. And it took me a little while, but eventually I figured out how to do it. So yeah, let's take a look. First of all, I do have a transition on the widths here. The reason I have that is if we don't have the transition on that, it gives us this, which does not look great. Not necessarily going to happen in this way, but just I threw some transitions on there just to help smooth things out. You'll also notice I'm repeating myself just because if we do want to do this, right, where I'm using an actual progress instead of a div. And so I have the WebKit progress value and the Moz progress bar here doing the same thing just because it's how we have to do things with progresses where we still actually need to prefix things to get them to work. Fun times. But it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, we have that going on. So how do we fix this? And the issue is that I'm doing a linear gradient and it's going from blue to red. So the gradient is just filling up this progress element, and the progress element's width, or we could do inline size here, whatever we want. It's what's getting stretched. The way the progress bar works is it's literally going to be, 30 pixels wide, 40 pixels wide, 50 pixels wide, and a gradient always fills that space. And I was like, oh, how do we fix something like that? And then I was like, wait, is this going to work? I actually didn't think it was going to work, but I'm going to go on the progress bar itself. I wonder if we can do it on this. We're going to try on here. What I'm going to do is a container type of inline size. And this won't have any impacts on anything because the only thing that's inside of the container type is the bar that stretches out. The reason I'm setting a container type of inline size here is so that my progress is now a container and we can know how big it is. And that means over here where we have the gradient, I can come on both of these and let's say our background size is going to be 100 CQI. And that means the size of the background, it's now the full inline size of our container. And I is the shorthand even here, like this could be viewport width would be viewport I for viewport inline would give us the same result. It's just the logical variant. And now on the old one, it was broken. If I hit start, it starts blue and the gradient slowly ends up getting, we're revealing more of the gradient as we go. So yeah, I was really happy with this. A nice fun use case for creating a container in maybe a way that we might not think of and how this can be useful. And there's probably other cool stuff we can do like that often just goes unnoticed. So a very quick tip this week, just because I wanted to sort of share that with you. I thought it was a fun little thing that I discovered, and this channel is all about fun CSS tips and tricks. So there you go. If you want to check out CSS Demystified, it is linked down below. And with that, a very big thank you to my enabler of awesome, Johnny, as well as all my other patrons and channel members for their continued support. And of course, until next time, don't forget to make your corner of the internet just a little bit more awesome.